Hello, I'm Fred McNeil, and you're watching QAC TV. A couple of weeks ago, we had a great opportunity. We came out to the Emergency Medical Services headquarters here right outside of Centerville and met the staff, the people who will help you when you have an emergency. I hope you enjoy our visit. Now, Scott, let's do this. What we like to do is find out from all the people, what's your title now?
I'm currently acting director is my official title.
Okay, fingers crossed we make that permanent, okay?
We're working on that.
Okay. Scott, let me ask you, where did you grow up and where are you from?
I'm actually from a small town in Pennsylvania. The small town's called Sagertown.
Okay.
And the
now,
closest
east or west? Yeah, tell me.
It's northwest of Pennsylvania. It's about 30 miles south of Lake Erie.
Okay. Oh, you're up north.
Yeah, very north.
Oh, so
Snow belt.
you're not. This winter meant nothing to you.
No, actually, it was just a dusting.
Okay.
So.
Scott, tell me about growing up. Mom and dad, firemen, medical. I mean, mom and dad.
It's kind of strange. I never got into the fire service or the medical side until late in my life.
Okay.
I had an epiphany, I guess, and decided
like we all
do.
Yeah.
It was actually a totally different career. Did a totally different career.
What'd you do?
I was in graphic arts.
Oh, right. Very good.
So
you should be on the other side of the camera, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's what I keep telling them, and they won't let me on the other side of the camera for some reason.
They know you're a good man. They're not going to let you go. Okay. So mom and dad weren't into anything to do with this field at all?
No.
And growing up, you had no interest. How about, well, let's go back to high school. Sports guy, movie guy, theater guy. What got you through high school?
Played a little bit of football.
Okay. All right. What position?
Good question.
Okay. Wherever the coach told you to go into, right,
basically, we played multiple positions because I graduated from a high school that my graduating class was 69 people.
Oh, my Lord. You had to play offense, defense, punt, and kick, and do everything.
So you pretty much versatile in every position,
all right,
but mainly receiver and linebacker.
High school, after high school, what'd you do?
After high school, I went to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
And graduated from the Art Institute in '85.
That would have been interesting, right in downtown Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yep. School's square in the center of town.
Oh, that was a great experience. Near big towers. Now, what's a great hamburger place? Someplace, and everyone goes for hamburgers in Pittsburgh.
It's been so long since I've lived there, I couldn't even recommend a place.
It's not a McDonald's, I can say that.
Well, the one place I'd probably recommend, and it may not even be there anymore, is a restaurant called Tambolini's.
Oh, sounds good. Good Italian place. My type of
very
place.
Good.
All right,
Very good Italian place.
Well, Scott, let's skip ahead. Okay, so what got you in the field? You're a graphic arts designer. It sounds like you had a wonderful education. What was the epiphany? What changed that?
It's kind of a bizarre chain of events that got me into the field, but basically my neighbor kept hounding me to become a volunteer fireman, our local fire department, which is United Communities.
Okay.
And so I kept saying, nah, that's not me, that's not me. And I had an accident on a four-wheeler and thought I was Superman and found out that I wasn't.
We all learn that at some point, don't we?
And did a jump, and the bike ended up flipping, and it rolled on top of me. And the volunteer fire department came to my rescue.
Saved your life, probably.
And basically, they took me to local hospital, and I hobbled around for quite a few weeks afterwards, but the care that they gave and the transport on the way to the hospital is kind of what made me decide, well, maybe I would like to do this. Okay. So
boom. Okay.
After I got better, I went down, signed up at the local volunteer fire department, and started taking classes, and have never stopped.
Emergency medical technician type thing, or no?
Well, the first thing I got into was firefighting. Okay. And got all my certifications for firefighter.
And this is all in Pennsylvania?
No, this is all here.
Oh, you're here now. Okay.
Here, and it was like I said, United Communities Fire Department in Romacoke. Okay. And so I did all the firefighting stuff for the first year, and then my wife kind of got the bug a little bit, and she joined, and she took a EMT class.
So it's a family affair.
Yes.
All right.
And my wife, I wasn't really into the medical stuff at the time, and my wife talked me into taking a class with her.
If your wife was like my wife, I didn't have dinner until I went to that EMT class, I think, Scott.
So I ended up taking the class with her, fell absolutely in love with it, and just kept staying in school and went back to college and got my paramedic certification and ended up here.
And it's a career.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Queen Anne's County?
I've lived in Queen Anne's County over 30 years, and I've been with this department probably 25 of those 30 years.
And Scott, over the 25-year period, what started out as a first responder or what?
Well, basically I started out, like I said, as a fireman, and then took EMT, and then once I got my ALS certification, I started working for this department part-time.
Okay.
And then I got my paramedic certification in '96. And right after my paramedic certification, I got a full-time job here.
Okay, and then we just kept climbing up the ladder.
Yep.
Well, congratulations, good for you.
I've basically started on the bottom and
now
worked
you're
my
at top.
way. So
just don't jump back to the bottom. Stay where you are. Okay.
No plans on that. But
Scott, you're going to let us walk around here a bit and meet some more of your great staff. Let me just ask some questions the public might like to know. How many people are we talking now working for your entire? Well, who are you in charge of? How many folks?
We've got 5 divisions total, and we probably have about 80 to 90 employees.
Okay, and we're going to meet most of those division heads, or
yes.
all of them today, which will be great. Okay.
We'll be walking around, we'll meet each division head, and they'll tell you a little bit about what they do.
Okay, and before we let you get off the hook here, beautiful facility out here. Can you just describe everybody? Obviously, you have a wonderful conference room. What all is housed where we are now?
Well, we're currently located at our headquarters, which is right behind the Maryland State Police Barrack, right off Safety Drive. And basically what's housed here in our headquarters is each of our 5 divisions has a head of each division, and we're all based out of this building. Also in this building, in the room we're standing in currently, is called our Emergency Operations Center. And any event that comes through the county, like a hurricane or bad weather, or snowstorms.
This is headquarters.
This is where we sit and make the decisions of the county as the event unravels. Our communication center, which is where we're going to walk next, is basically our 911 center and the heart of our system. That's where the call starts and sometimes where the call ends. And we dispatch the full gamut: police, fire, rescue, EMS is all done
all
at
from
this
that
center.
9. Well, Scott, look, how about you make some introductions and tell us where we are now, all right?
We're in our communications center, and it's our heart of our 911 center. And I'd like to introduce our division chief, Ed Stoner.
All right, Ed, thanks for being us. Ed, tell me what we got here.
Well, sir, we are in our, as Chief said, we're in the 911 center for the county. We function as a primary public safety answering point for entire Queen Anne's County.
Okay, so if I'm on the road asking for help, or my home asking for help, it's coming right here.
All the calls come into here.
All of them, okay.
22,000, for 2014, we did 22,000 911 calls.
And you do a great job. I called 3 times. You guys do a great job.
Hopefully you got great service.
Okay.
But 65,000 administrative calls as well.
And this is state-of-the-art equipment.
Yes, sir.
And this is all there to help the citizens of Queen Anne's County and others.
Citizens, one way or another in Queen Anne's County.
Look, I don't want to take up your saving lives. I'm wasting time. Thanks for being with us, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Scott, who are we going to meet next?
Well, we're in our training office, and next person is our training coordinator, Beth Lewis.
All right, and Beth, thank you for being with us. Now, I knew Beth probably the day she was born as Beth Malasky, and your dad and I taught together, and we had more fun and more laughs. And I ruined Kent Island, but your dad is an institution on Kent Island.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, Beth, tell me what you're doing now.
Okay, I'm the training coordinator here at DES, so I manage the entire training program for the department. So all the paramedics, dispatch, emergency management, fire marshals, I take care of everyone's training. I keep track of all their records, set up classes for them. I find instructors for the classes. I also am the face behind our Facebook page. So I take care of all of our social media, our web page, and I assist Scott with public information duties.
And probably clean out the driveway when it snows. It sounds like to me, Beth. You do everything. Right?
Yes, just about everything.
I mean, one thing that the public needs to be aware of, I was shocked, EMTs or anyone in the emergency medical field constantly being updated on skills and new techniques, and that's...
They have lots of credits that they have to do every year to keep their certifications up.
Right.
So
and you have all the records of all of them?
I have everyone's records.
That's over 500? About 500?
Yeah, I keep track of everyone, and when they need to recertify, I help them recertify and line up classes for them, do continuing ed, and I'm also the first point of contact with all new employees. So I do all the new employee orientation.
Okay, Scott, as we continue with our tour, what's our next stop?
We're currently in our support services division, and it's a new division. We just created it over the last year, and they basically oversee our multi-million-dollar radio system.
Okay,
and
so these are the bosses of our radio system.
Yes.
Okay, who do we have here?
This is Chris DeNamer, and he is our
Chris, thanks for
manager.
joining us.
Thank you.
Now, Chris, tell us about our multi-million-dollar radio system.
Well, what we have here is a countywide public safety radio system that all the EMS, volunteer fire companies, and the local government use to communicate doing day-to-day basis, and for all emergency calls come to here and then are dispatched out countywide.
So you're in charge of all of that. Now I know why you have gray hairs like I have. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Not only do we handle the radio system, but we also deal with the public safety networking system also, just exclusively for the emergency services.
Okay.
We don't handle countywide. We just do
This is
for
emergency service.
just for emergency
But there's
services.
enough work there for you,
Oh,
isn't there?
yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. There's plenty of work there. All the ambulances that you see out there all have networking capability and use the internet as part of their job.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and we didn't mean to bother you.
No, sir. No
Thank
bother
you.
at all.
Appreciate you being
Pleasure
with us.
meeting you.
Okay. Okay, Scott, how about another introduction as we continue with our tour here?
I'd be glad to. We're currently in the Division Chief of Emergency Medical Services office, and the Division Chief is Scott Wheatley.
Well, Scott, thanks for letting us interrupt your day.
No interruption.
Now,
Thank you.
Scott, tell me, what's your division?
Basically, I am charged and fully functioning of overseeing emergency medical services operations within Queen Anne's County.
Whole county, and you're the one saving my life when I make that.
Well, not me
911 call.
alone, but a whole bunch of
A lot of good
dedicated
people, okay.
career and volunteers.
How about an idea of how many volunteers and full-time people do you have to deal with?
Combination total between both is about 500 providers.
That's a lot of folks. isn't it?
BLS and ALS providers throughout the county, it sure is.
And these are the people that when someone calls from Symphony Village or somebody from Kent Island says, hey, I think I'm having a heart attack, or I just put a nail through my hand, these are the great folks who come and give us that first look at.
That's correct. The closest volunteer company will be alerted along with the career unit that's stationed the closest to the call that comes in.
All right, Scott, really impressed with the staff you have, and I'm amazed at all the numbers they have to deal with. Like the gentleman we just met, over 500 volunteers and full-time people providing services. All right, that's a
Yes.
busy department.
Very busy. They're,
Okay.
they're busy, probably the busiest.
Always busy. Okay. Now, who do we have next?
We're in our emergency management office, and the person you're going to interview next is David Rivet,
Okay.
and he's our emergency manager planner.
All right, David, thank you for taking a few seconds with us.
to meet you.
Now, tell me what's your job.
It's really a multifaceted job.
Okay.
Basically, I handle all the emergency management for Queen Anne County. I work with all the various agencies within the county. We handle planning, preparedness, mitigation projects, lots of meetings. I work with all the agencies throughout the county.
Do you ever get home at night?
We do work on it, but there is quite a bit of responsibility to it. The biggest thing here we're trying to do is protect our county, all the business that's come into the county, and to make sure they get a proper response and protection to property.
Scott, we've had a great time meeting some of your staff. We have one more person we want to meet.
I'd like to introduce our fire marshal, Rob Needy.
Okay, and Rob, thank you for joining us on a beautiful day.
You're welcome.
We've
Good
talked
to be
about how bad the winter is. Hopefully there's a little bit of spring coming.
here. It looks that way.
We're going to make
Looks
it,
that
all
way.
right.
That's right.
Rob, help us out. Tell the folks watching this what your responsibilities and what's the job all about.
The Fire Marshal's office in Queen Anne's County is responsible for prevention, education, and code enforcement within the county.
Okay.
We also handle all the jurisdictions within the county as well.
Now, does each, and this is an educational point, does each fire station have a fire marshal, or how does it, no?
No, the Fire Marshal's office works out of the DES here.
So
The
it's totally separate.
Totally separate. The volunteer firefighters, they don't get too much involved with it, but we are working with programs to kind of get them on board and educate them a little bit on what we do in hopes that they can help us do our job better.
Great. Now, does a fire marshal investigate every fire, or is there a dollar amount, or what? How's it work?
No, our office does no investigations.
No,
It's
no.
strictly code enforcement,
Oh, okay.
prevention, education. The state fire marshals handle all the
okay.
investigations.
All right. So you go around, would you go into schools and make sure they're meeting codes in offices,
Absolutely.
et cetera, et cetera? All right.
Absolutely.
So a terribly important job. Rob, if people do have questions on codes or want to contact you, what are some phone numbers and ways they can get in touch with you?
Well, they can call us here at the office. The phone number is 410-758-4500, extension 1144. They can contact us by our website, on the county website, or they can email me at rneedy@queenanne or QAC.org.
Okay, great. Thanks for joining us today. I hope this tour of the Emergency Medical Services headquarters helped you out. You saw some of the names and some of the faces of the people who help you when you dial 911. I'm Fred McNeil. Thanks for watching QAC TV. My time's up. Thank you for your time, and we're going to see you next time.